Alright, it has been a very long time since I streamed. Well, I guess it's been like a year. Um, yeah, and that didn't end well. It was me and Kara Isle, and I died a bunch. So, but anyway, somebody on the forums, I forget who, sorry, said that they were looking forward to seeing me stream again. And while this is not quite a stream, because my internet connection isn't what it used to be, and I don't want to stream with a shitty connection, I figured I might as well at least make some videos. I wish I would have thought of it 16 levels ago or whatever when I started playing again. I started like a week, 10 days ago, something like that. Level 16 or so in Kara Isle. And it would have been nice to stream in there. It's kind of a mess of a zone to charm in, especially without good gear, because everything does a lot of damage relative to how many hit points things have. And there's shamans that blind and heal each other and slow, and there's rangers that root and snare, and it sticks all the time at low levels, even if you try to buff your magic resist. But anyways, I leveled up to 20 in Kara on this guy, and then I moved to Ocean of Tears to try and make some money, because I'm poor. I mean, I got cloth, I got these random items that I got in Kerns when I was lower level. Only one item that's nice. But I figured I'd go make some money in Ocean of Tears, killed gargoyles for a few levels, made a little bit of money. Then I moved to Najina, which was pretty awesome. I'm trying to, right now I'm trying to juggle charming and talking at the same time. Hold on. Maybe I'll get better at this again. I like to think I had a good feel for streaming while actually doing well when I was playing Tecmos, so hopefully I can put things together on this guy too. But anyways, I want to level this guy up in dungeons because they're more fun, and there's not really a lot of chance for loot that makes a difference at low levels, really. So that's not a selling point of dungeons to level in. But the zone experience modifiers are nice. The environments are cooler than being just out in some big open field, soloing random things. And obviously it's more difficult, sometimes ridiculously so, sometimes too much for me to even care to try it. But in Gina it was fun. I killed back near. Anyway, the reason I'm talking about this, right. The reason I'm talking about this is because I wish I would have started streaming or making videos anyway sooner, so that I could have shown the different zones that I was in and where I was, how I was doing it, and all that. Better late than never, I guess. But Najina's cool because back by Najina, a lot of people probably have bad experiences in that zone because there's lots of, there's a mix of undead and living things, so you can't just invis around easily all the time. And there's, magicians who summon pets and cast damage shields. And there's traps that knock you down into little prison rooms where there's higher level stuff that messes you up. But there are some areas that are easier to handle than others. I was back near Najina, just open area. You don't need keys or anything to get there. You can invis and invis versus undead your way back there, even when the stuff is still blue. You just have to time your movement. There's 2 camps of goblins back there, and there's a handful of solo spider spawns, and there's a handful of solo skeleton spawns. And it was really nice, good challenge and some nice experience breaking up the goblin camps at like 20 to 22, and then dealing with, excuse me, and then not using push to talk, as you can tell, and then dealing with the spiders and the skeletons that were higher level when I went back a little later. I tried to break things up by going to Salisek A, learning that zone. It's never a zone I've really spent a lot of time in, and I thought it'd be a good dungeon to, nice and big. You could spend a long time there. There's actual loot. But it was kind of a pain in my ass because trying to XP at the entrance, there's all kinds of high levels and power levelers and farmers that are roaming around there all the time. And they just slaughter all these goblins because half of them see invis, and you can't get by them other than killing them, and it didn't leave me much to kill myself. So I went back to Najina and got up to 29, and now here I am in Kazakh Thule a couple levels later. This isn't an especially interesting place to level, although I like it because I was here on red, and it's a very nice experience. There's like basically no loot at all. Chunks of loot and a few, sorry that's loud, a few mage items and stuff like that, but that's about it. Not even any spell research components that I've seen. Well, maybe one, I guess. But yeah, here I am in Khazak-Thul. I got a couple levels. I posted a thread and asked about suggestions people had for where I could go soloing in dungeons for a good time. I got some good ideas. Somebody pointed out Dalner, which I forgot was this level. He said 30 plus, I think. Somebody suggested there's a spot in Paw, apparently, where there's like some snakes or eels or something like that in a pool. About 34 you can go there, so I'm probably going to make 32 and get a little bit of a buffer here. Getting used to talking while and recording while playing again. Make sure everything looks good. And then once I get that little bit of a buffer, I'm probably going to go to Dalnir and test out soloing in there. I have a fondness for Dalnir from back in the day because I learned how to be an enchanter there in groups back in the day on live. And I remember it being pretty nasty. Lots of casters, stuff wanders all over. The pits, the weird way exits work. It should be interesting to go solo in there. I don't think I've ever soloed in there. No, I take that back. When I twinked the Necromancer back in the day, like 3 years ago, I tried to solo in Dalnir a little bit with him. Kind of a little cheesy because I had like Rod of Annihilation and all kinds of stuff like that on him. But it was pretty tricky for a Necro that was super twinked, so it'll probably be easier for an Enchanter, or at least I'll be able to do more things, hopefully. We'll see how long I stick around there. Maybe I'll stay, if I fall in love with the zone, I think I could probably get up to the upper 30s, maybe even a little higher there before I have to leave. And if I just have a good time, but I'm not like in love, I'll probably go check out Paw again, because it's another zone that I'm not familiar with, and that would be nice and fun to record soloing in and get good at. And then after that, I don't know where I'll end up. Tecmos on blue and red, I think both of them leveled in City of Mist starting around 40. Maybe it was a little higher, I don't remember. City of Mist is an awesome zone. I really like it, although it's pretty busy and it's pretty open, and a lot of people know their way around there already, so it wouldn't be as interesting for people to watch probably. So maybe I'll try streaming somewhere else. Who knows? I don't know my way around the live side of Lower Guck or deep in Permafrost, or not Permafrost, Paw, Droga, Nurga. Kesora can be fun, but I've been there before. I don't know if I'd want to go back. I know it pretty well. I haven't spent any time in any of the Velius zones, basically, so those might be worth me checking out when I get around to it eventually. I think this guy's going to be too close to Charm. Also, I didn't hit my cookie. I'm going to take a break to check my little test stream here to make sure that it's looking right. And then, good lord, assuming it is, then I'll stream a little bit more here, chat about how I'm handling this camp specifically, and get my little bit into 32, and then move my way over to Dalnir to hopefully stream a little more exciting and unused dungeon.